All right, guys, here we are for another trailer reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to the trailer for the movie 9/11.
Is that Charlie Sheen?
That's Charlie Sheen, and that's Whoopi Goldberg.
That Whoopi Goldberg?
And that's why I'm so interested to see this movie.
Luis Guzman.
Because you don't think about these two characters, both comedians. Like Whoopi's definitely done.
Wow, I forget that they're both comedians. That's really funny.
Did you? Like Whoopi's definitely done more serious roles than Charlie has.
Yeah.
But Charlie,
Did Charlie do stand-up back in the day? I don't think so. Maybe I'm.
I think he just went right into movies. I don't think he did.
Whoopi did stand-up. I mean, like she's.
Oh yeah,
comedian.
she's a comedian.
Yeah, totally. Sorry, we're in sidetracked.
So, but like, if you were to say, hey, we're making a serious movie about 9/11,
yeah,
the last people I would think to put in a movie.
Take this list of 100, famous, well-known people and rank them by how likely they are to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg would not be as low as Charlie Sheen, but Charlie Sheen might be number 100. Might be like the lowest, especially right now of all time.
Charlie Sheen would be way lower than Whoopi on my list of like who would be in a serious movie about 9/11.
He's like recovering still from the Tiger Blood winning phase of his life.
But a friend of mine's like, did you see that 9/11 trailer? And I go, sorry, because I didn't know it was a movie. So I'm like, what? And he's like, there's a movie. He goes, it's got Charlie Sheen and Whoopi Goldberg. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. And he gave me a little bit more details than that, but I'm gonna leave those on the table now so that we can
let me experience it pure.
Exactly. So let's just check this out, and then we're gonna talk about it.
I hope it's really grim and really serious, and they're both really serious in it. Fingers crossed. Let's find out.
That was fucking intense.
That was fucking intense.
That actually might be a great movie.
Is that based on actual events? Did that actually happen?
It said based on real events, but that's a very blanket term. Like, yes, 9/11 did happen. Yes, planes did. Like I don't know if it's actually true.
I didn't hear about any story either way of anybody in like an elevator that the cable snapped and then it fell and they lived or died or whatever. So I don't really know.
But they could be taking liberties if the one woman did get out and then the tower did collapse.
Yeah.
We wouldn't necessarily know exactly what happened. But no, like everything about this looks really interesting. The only thing that kind of took me a step back is when they cut to Whoopi Goldberg in her operating room of where she's like taking care of stuff. It looks like the 70s. Like,
yes.
Am I wrong there? Like, and maybe I don't know how or when or if they ever update that shit.
Well, and like she looks like the 70s too. It looks very weird. It looks very like out of place. But yeah. I agree. Well, this was a long time ago, Stephen. This was 16 years ago now.
No, it was. But that's serious. Like, you go to certain, go to the mechanics office, and, their computer's a CRT from fucking 2000.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I guess things,
I do feel like
this.
And she's like a switchboard operator or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Doing? Yeah. No, and that's a perfect, because, in my head, because, as the trailer's, beginning to unfold, it's like, okay, he's in the elevator. Okay, Luis Guzman's behind him. Oh, Gina Gershon's next to him. Where's Whoopi? Oh, okay. Well, Whoopi's gonna be a voice. On the phone doing her bit and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's really good.
I knew that. I knew that going in.
Yeah.
And based on how my buddy described this trailer to me, I didn't know anyone else was in the elevator. I thought it was just Charlie Sheen in an elevator.
Ooh.
And he's like, yeah, and he's talking to Whoopi Goldberg, who's like the elevator operator. I'm like, oh. That's weird.
Yeah.
And it's a lot less weird than when it was described to me, and now I seeing it firsthand. It's definitely it's such a hard subject because we live right here. This is something that affects us actually.
We're
and
from
to
New
see
Jersey.
This shit happen.
Yeah. Parents of people we not that I knew personally, but that went to the same school as me or whatever, had their dad was there or wasn't there that day, or one person I know from your town died.
My history teacher's husband died.
Oh my God. Yeah. So this is not some existential far off thing. We were in school and this was happening.
And I imagine everyone in the U.S. has that moment, it says to me, where
were you when this happened?
And that's something that you remember that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they approached it with tact. I was a little worried, honestly,
Would it be
going into that it was not going to be taken respectfully.
Hashtag not too soon, goofy ass.
Well, when you see Charlie Sheen, Luis Guzman, and Whoopi Goldberg, my mind doesn't immediately jump to a serious movie.
That's true.
Whoopi's had a fair amount of serious. she won a fucking Academy Award for The Color Purple.
Right.
She's an actress. But Charlie and Luis, nothing against them. It doesn't jump to mind serious movie.
And you see it in the title cards here. It is Golden Globe winner Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Academy Award winner Whoopi Goldberg. They know going into it that they have to set the expectation immediately. Don't worry, this is not some weird.
What did Charlie get a Golden Globe for?
I have no idea.
I'm curious about that.
Maybe 2.5 Men.
Oh God, that might even be it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't know what you. Oh no, no, yeah. Golden Globes are
That's TV.
TV, right? Yeah, it's probably that.
Yeah.
But he's done some serious roles, and he does
Yeah.
some. I give a lot of credence to like face and body language acting, probably too much. And there's not a lot of dialogue in this trailer, but he gives some good hopeless looks, like accepting like shitty fate and all that stuff in this elevator trapped business.
I really
that
do
really
want to
like.
know if they get out or not.
I know
Because I
yeah.
know there are fail safes. The brakes could have triggered, and they could have landed on a floor that like maybe they could have opened the door
Yeah,
on.
that was low enough where they
might
could get out.
they might have gotten out, and
I know.
like I'd watch this. I'm curious enough.
I agree. I kind of like the idea of what you thought it was at first better. I like very small movies if possible. So I feel like 94 minutes of just Charlie Sheen talking to her and her patching in his wife and patching in different people and
Yeah.
like talking and then cops talking to her would have been like a very interesting movie. This is good too. And I do still want to see this.
This could completely be
I'll be
a
thumbsing it
bring
up.
back on Charlie Sheen. I
Yeah.
don't know for a fact that this is a theatrical released movie,
Ah.
but assuming it is, and people actually would get a chance to see this could be huge.
No, it looks like he's trying. It looks like this is Golden Globe winner Charlie Sheen and not like well-known celebrity
Yeah.
douchebag Charlie Sheen.
I wonder how they do those kind of scenes where like it drops and they lift a little
They
bit.
float like a little. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. See, it's a big fan in the crowd, and it floats.
I wonder.
Coming out September 8th, I feel like it's really a weird choice. It is.
Well, do you think what would your choice have been? Do you think September 11th would have been a
I
better
don't
choice?
know. I guess that's right before September 11th, so it is fine.
I
don't
wonder
know.
what day of the week September 8th
That's probably
is.
just like the day of the week striking or whatever.
Let's.
I guess you
take a
can't
look.
just release a movie on 9/11 if you want to or whatever.
It's a little weird. I can't find the guy. There it is.
Yeah, the 8th is that Friday, the 11th is the
okay.
Monday. So like that weekend, I guess everybody will be thinking about 9/11. I was gonna say celebrating 9/11, and we'll be in the mood to, like I don't know.
This is something I'm not even sure. I'm always gonna say I'm not sure the audience, but like if you were affected by this, I don't know if these are things you'd want to see
No.
or things you wouldn't want to see, especially not knowing if it has an uplifting ending.
Mm.
Knowing and they can't tell you going into it if there's a happy ending or not. They just can't do that because it ruins too much. But
Yeah, no tension at that point.
knowing that it could be a sad thing, if you were remotely touched by this, I could see
know.
never wanting to see this. Why would
Yeah.
you want the reminder?
And
But an uplifting story of hope and stuff, I could see like, oh, that's a lot better.
so I guess we're saying it has to be an uplifting story based on their choice of release date.
No,
'Cause, like,
I don't know.
I
'Cause
would've-
You hate to add
I
insult to
would've
injury
said-
and reminder.
I would have been like October or something like that, like before Thanksgiving. And like the rush of like the late Thanksgiving movie time movies come up,
Uh-huh.
but like enough after 9/11, so like people.
But that's also
it's
it
fresh
may
in your
if
head
this
or
is not a
whatever.
theatrical release, it's almost irrelevant. Where it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
matter
yeah.
because unless you're looking for it,
Totally.
it's not gonna come up to you.
Right.
Calling it 9/11 is also a little on the nose.
Like there have been other movies about 9/11, like related things, right? Flight 300, whatever, which was about that flight, I guess,
Yes,
or
yes.
whatever the fuck. But I don't know how
But,
many
like,
movies there've been. But yeah, you don't want to be
Just
like
because if it's
we are the
theatrical, now you
definitive.
have 9/11 written on a fucking marquee for everyone to be reminded.
and
and
those
not
marquees
that,
will
like,
get tacked up
Not that anyone's forgetting.
middle of the week before.
And I don't know that that's even an issue. Just something that I would think about going into this. Like, is that the right thing to do? Should we do this? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you have to be like again. It's been over 15 years, but you still want to be very careful approaching this subject. I feel like.
Yeah.
Which maybe they did.
And if this is 100% a true story, maybe it's a story that was lobbied and fought for by the families of someone in this or the woman who got out or whatever it is. But if it's not, and even if it is, there's still 7 people or whatever in that elevator. 6 families could have not wanted this to get made.
yeah,
It's always a weird thing.
Yeah, I wonder. Like, we'll hear more. Or, I'll just because this is an interesting topic for me. We'll hear more, or we will Google more and find out in between now and when it comes out.
Sure.
I'm interested mostly just to see like the reaction to this coming out or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people are just gonna make like a YouTube video responding to like the headline Whoopi Goldberg and Charlie Sheen in a 9/11 movie coming out days before the anniversary of 9/11 and be like, oh my God, don't do that. But it looks like they're doing an okay job.
Yeah. No, this
We're
looks good.
thumbsing this up, I assume.
I'm giving this a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Because, I want to know if they lived.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
very curious.
No, and I feel like that's a good way of setting this up. Like, it doesn't feel cheap, but they are leaving you on this tense, like, wait, what happens type thing. Because it could have been really, like, that's like the joke about Titanic, right? It's like, well, there's no tension, you know what happens or whatever. I say, no.
Yeah.
Make it about a few characters, add some elements.
Yes, the
and
more
fucking-
you
yeah.
narrow it down,
Right.
it actually brings back that tension. Because at a very high likelihood they may not have made it out of this.
And I want to
but
see the true
really,
story it's based
I'm
on. or
rooting
whatever,
for it.
if is
I
based
would.
on a true story.
I always like a survivor story.
Yeah.
Yes, that's this. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.